Mike Westphal here with McDonald Garden Center, and today I want to talk to you about watering. It's one of the most common questions we get at the garden center is how do I water my plants? And they can come in lots of different ways in your hanging baskets or your containers, or you might be planting your plants in the ground. And so I want to show you some tips and some tricks and some tools that'll help you do that successfully. No matter what type of lawn you're growing, whether it's zoysia, St. Augustine, Bermuda, or fescue like this lawn, they all have similar watering needs. Every time you want to water about 1 inch of water. And the best way to measure that is to take a tuna can or a Tupperware dish that's about 1 inch deep, turn on your sprinkler system, whether it's an in-ground or you're using a turret or oscillating sprinkler, and time how long it takes to fill up that tuna can or Tupperware dish. And that's how long you run your sprinkler each time. Let me show you how it's done. If you don't have an in-ground sprinkler system, there's lots of above-ground sprinklers that you can choose from. We have lots of different types, but this is my favorite. It's an impulse sprinkler. It's real easy to set for the direction that you want it to go in, and you just stake it in the ground and turn on your sprinkler. This is one of my favorite watering tools. I use it for everything. It's called a rain wand. It's 30 inches long, so it helps you get right down to the base of the plant when watering plants in the landscape, but it's also easy to water containers or hanging baskets, so it's a great thing to use around your home and landscape. Let me show you how I use it. I'm going to show you how to water trees and shrubs. Trees and shrubs have a much larger root ball, so you got to get the water way down there. So you can't just hold the hose on it for, a few seconds. You've got to really water it for about 10 to 15 minutes for each shrub. So what I want to show you is with my handy rain wand. It's got this really great on and off valve, so it's going to allow you to adjust the pressure of the water coming out. And so that's full blast right there, but I'm going to go about halfway just to take it to a slower trickle, so that way the water stays in one area. And I'm just going to put it right at the base of the plant. I'm going to go do some weeding and come back in about 10 to 15 minutes and move it to the next one. Now I'm going to water my annuals and perennials. Annuals and perennials have a much smaller root system, so you're not going to have to water as long as your trees and shrubs, but they still need adequate watering. I'm going to use my rain wand here to get right down to the root ball of the plant, and it's really going to protect my back because I'm not going to have to bend over. And this is why it's really important to use mulch in your landscape, because mulch will keep your root systems of your plants cool in the summer months and then warm in the winter months. I'm using this wand because it's helping keep the water off the leaves. That's really important. And then I'm just going to water each of these for about 20 to 30 seconds, and I'm going to move on to the next ones. The watering needs of your hanging baskets and containers will vary throughout the season. Could be as little as once a week during the winter months, or as much as once a day during the summer months. So you can use a couple different tools to water. You can use your watering can just to water your containers and hanging baskets, just like so. Or you can use the rain wand. It's much more efficient. You can get to all of them in one fell swoop. It's real easy to use. It's real important to keep the drain holes cleared in your containers because you want to make sure your plants are draining throughout the season. You don't want them sitting in water for too long. And then it's real easy to use this rain wand to water your hanging baskets. Watering hanging baskets, it's important not to let the water drain out of the bottom of the container because that'll drain the nutrients out as well. So just water it enough to hold the water in there and you're ready to go to the next one. Indoor plants, like all plants, require different types of lights and watering. Most indoor plants like a wet-dry cycle. What that means is you want to water it really well and let it dry out. So what I like to use inside is a small watering can because it's really easy to take it around the house and get to the plant. So I'm going to water this bird of paradise behind me with this small watering can. It's real easy to get it right to the soil level. And then what's also great about this one is it's got a mister on it, so you can also mist your plants if you have tillandsias or orchids or bromeliads. It's a real easy way to do it. But also a great technique is a turkey baster or a watering baster. And what you can do is you can actually take this out and put it right directly into the water source. So it's great for small planters like terrariums, or in this case an aloe plant or a succulent that's not going to require a lot of water. And then if you have excess water that comes out into the saucer, you can take the water out this way as well. So another great trick or another great tool for if you're going on vacation for your indoor plants is using a watering spike. So they have a clay spike on the bottom, and what happens is as that clay gets wet, it'll keep the moisture in. And then as the soil around it dries out, it'll release the moisture out. So we've got a small one here that you can refill about every 2 to 3 days, or you've got this larger one here that will actually hold a wine bottle. So you can put a wine bottle on top of this, fill it with water, stick it in your plant, your indoor plants or outdoor plants, and it'll water while you're on vacation. So I hope these tips, tricks, and tools help you water your indoor plants. Now that we've gone over some techniques and tools for watering, here's some quick tips. Always water your plant at the root system. That's where it's going to take the moisture up from. Never water the leaves. That can promote fungus and disease. Also, water in the morning rather than the evening. When you water in the morning, it can use that moisture through the hottest part of the day. And then, of course, if you ever have any questions about watering, come and see us at McDonald Garden Center.